Hello, hello. Just wanted to do a quick video here to go over the things that have been added in the latest Snapshot 21W05A. First, wanted to go over the naming changes for the progression of copper blocks from copper to oxidized copper. So we start off with just the regular copper block, and then the exposed copper block, weathered copper block, and then the oxidized copper block. So that's pretty cool. Really excited to work with copper. One additional thing that was added in this snapshot was the ability to use the stone cutter to make cut variants of the copper. So that's very exciting as well. Next up is the azalea bushes and the flowering azalea bushes. So this is the azalea bush and this is the flowering variant. And then they have also added azalea leaves and flowering azalea leaves. You can only assume that there's going to be some sort of azalea tree larger than the bush that will grow naturally in the world, but we have yet to see that. It's not included in this snapshot. They have also added rooted dirt. It's a new dirt variant. The left here is just the regular rooted dirt, and then you can also get roots that can attach to the bottom of the rooted dirt. So that looks pretty nice for building underground caverns to have roots coming from the ceiling. And while we're talking about things coming from the ceiling, let's go see what they added for cave items. So I made myself a little miniature cave down here. So here are the items that are added to this particular snapshot that will be forming in the Lush Caves biome. So first thing is these cave vines, and the cave vines can naturally grow glowberries, as you can see here. You can go up to a glowberry and just right click on it and it will harvest it just like a sweet berry. And then I don't know if it will naturally grow back or if just the next sprout that comes down has the opportunity to grow back. But if you bone meal, you can add glowberries onto the particular segments of the vine that you want. Another thing I wanted to show that was really awesome is the amount of light that these glowberries add. As you can see, this is completely dark down here, and just adding one glowberry adds a significant amount of light. And then if you add additional ones, just builds onto that even more. So this is going to be a really cool light source to work with in underground or even maybe in above ground structures, but it's a really cool looking option. Last but not least is the spore blossom. So the spore blossom can only hang from the ceiling, and as you can see, it drops particle. It has a particle effect that goes with it. It's a pretty cool block. It doesn't really do much at this point other than hang from the ceiling and make particles, but it's pretty cool. I really like any block that creates a particle effect around it. They've also added drip leaves to this snapshot. So there are two variants of the drip leaf. There's a small drip leaf, and then there's the big drip leaf. So the small drip leaf has to be in either water, or you can also plant it on clay. So the small drip leaf will eventually grow into the big drip leaf. And if you want to speed that process along, you can just bone meal it and it'll become a large drip leaf. And you can continue to bone meal the top block that has the actual like lily pad type thing on it to make it grow higher. You can also stand on it and it will eventually bend down and drop you off. But as you can see, it'll pop back up. And to get around that, if you needed to get over some drip leaves, you can actually stand on it and squat. And if you are crouching, it's never going to bend down. So you will be good to go if you need to traverse on drip leaves. One last thing about the drip leaves is that if you encounter a wandering trader, there's a chance that it will be selling the small drip leaf variant. So if you don't come across any natural drip leaf plants in your adventure, then there's a chance you'll be able to find some that you can use through with a wandering trader. One awesome block that they added that I really, really, really like is this moss block. So there is moss block and then there's a moss carpet. And the moss block you can actually use to create moss carpet using a crafting table. And one thing that I found out that is actually not in the release notes that I've seen is that you can bone meal the moss blocks and it will create more moss carpet, and it will also grow azalea trees. So let's try it out and see what we can make here. Not there. Nope. Wait, there. So you can see it. So that one created a carpet. Let's see if we can make it form an azalea tree. There we go. So that finally grew an azalea tree. It took a little bit. It must be rarer for that. And of course, this time it grew 3, one of the normal variant and one with the flowers on it. As far as the powder snow goes, there are a few things to note here. One thing is that if you put a skeleton, if a skeleton falls into the powder snow, it will of course sink. But if it's in here long enough and it freezes, it will turn into a stray. So that makes it possible that potentially, if you have a skeleton farm, you will be able to drop them into powder snow and turn them into stray, and you'd be able to get drops that a stray would drop instead of what a skeleton would drop. So it takes a little while for the skeleton to shift over to a stray, but it will shift over here any minute. And once it does shift over to the stray, if it doesn't get out of the powder snow, it will start taking damage. There we go. Yeah, he will start taking damage in here now that he's turned into a stray. Another thing that they added was that you can use, if you have a flaming arrow and it goes through powder snow, it will actually no longer be on fire. It will extinguish the fire. So here I've got a bow that has flame on it. I come up here and shoot through the snow, puts the fire out. I don't know what you'd use that for, but that's pretty cool. Another update to the powdered snow is that a fox will be able to walk on the powder snow without falling through it. And that guy is just spinning around. So other mobs will fall through, but the fox is able to walk on it without any problem. I didn't showcase it, but another thing that they added with the powder snow is that you can push it with a piston and push it and pull it with a sticky piston. One other thing about foxes, while I've got the foxes here, is that they actually will eat the glowberries. Let's see if he'll take a glowberry. Yep. So he took it, and eventually he will eat it. So that's food for them, and it's also food for us. I don't think it makes us glow or anything. That'd be pretty cool, but not how it works. So that's going to be it for today's episode. Just wanted to give a quick snapshot update to show everybody what is coming. Really getting super excited about the Caves and Cliffs update. I think it's going to be awesome. They're adding way more things to it than I could have ever imagined even so far. I'm very excited to start seeing the natural generations come up in future snapshots, and I will make videos for those as well. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and talk to you soon.